Alright, so very soon on Global Dokkan, we should be getting part 2 to the Tanabata celebration, or I guess technically the thank you celebration. And definitely a good amount of content is going to be coming for part 2 of the thank you celebration. You see right here, we got a new banner dropping. We got arguably the hardest fight in the game coming to Global as well, which definitely is pretty good. Of course, hard fights are always really fun. We got burst mode, easy A's, actually a lot of easy A's. So definitely a lot to look forward to, a lot of stones to grind up, and specifically a lot of stones to grind up and then save for another banner, because I'm not sure if you should be summoning on the Carnival LR Omega Shenron banner. It's not necessarily the greatest value, so I guess we can just go ahead and segue into the first thing. So here we do have Carnival LR Omega Shenron's banner. Yeah, I mean, do you see any value here? I mean, you tell me, do you think this is a good banner? We got Carnival LR Omega Shenron, not a bad unit by any means. He is heavily restricted to the GT bosses category, which of course is not a good thing, because that category, even after this celebration, or part 2 for this celebration, still sucks. It's still not that good whatsoever. So even though he's really good for the team, it's just not a good team. So we're just waiting on more buffs for that. Next, we got the Carnival LR Super Saiyan Goku. I mean, he's not bad. He has aged a little. He's a good support, though, and his defense can get pretty good. So I think between these two units, maybe there's a little bit of value. Maybe if you really want to buy the STR Carnival LR Goku with Carnival coins, I'm not going to tell you not to. I'll say that. But I would recommend maybe saving your Carnival coins, because, of course, eventually we are going to get the Part 2 Worldwide Download Celebration LRs back and available to buy with Carnival coins. And, of course, both of them are way better than this guy. Again, not to say this guy's bad, but I would just recommend not summoning on this banner or buying anyone with coins. Everyone else on here sucks. I mean, this guy has a little bit of value, and then these guys could get a good easy A. But other than that, there's not really any value on here. So definitely recommend skipping. Of course, there is some value with, pulling some of the unfeatured LRs. You got Bulma on here, you got Merge Zamasu, you got the Spirit Bomb Goku, who's pretty good, and a couple other good units here and there. So I recommend skipping. Just not a lot of value here whatsoever. And then next up, we do have the Omega Shenron's Dokkan event getting a burst mode. So it's pretty easy. Where are the two categories? Yeah, right here. Majin Buu Saga and Mastered Evolution. I mean, those aren't good categories by any means, but they've definitely solidified themselves. They're not like, GT bosses. So you definitely could make a pretty solid team with them and get away with this burst mode fairly easily. I mean, Majin Buu Saga has been getting a lot of buffs just over the course of the game's history. They've never really let this category, die. I mean, it's not amazing right now, and we definitely need buffs, but of course you got LRZ Duo on there and a couple other good units. And then Mastered Evolution, I know it has a lot of the Super Saiyan Blue units. Yeah, oh, yeah, alright. You got Blue Boys right here, you got the LR Gods, you've got, the Dokkan Fest Resurrection Fs, you've got the Z Duo as well, you've got Evolution Blue Vegeta's Easy A, you've got this guy's Easy A. So I think for burst mode, this should be pretty good. Now, global players, obviously we don't have access to Dokkan Fest Super Trunks, but I don't think that's that big of a deal. This category is still pretty good. A lot of Gokus and a lot of Vegetas, so this definitely should be pretty easy. And then next up, we do have the Shadow Dragon event, Stage 8 to this event. Personally, it's got to be the thing I'm most excited for. Let me know in the comments, what are you most excited for everything coming for Part 2 for the Thank You Celebration? This is definitely my choice. I mean, Stage 8, it's just really difficult. I've taken a fair amount of units in Stage 8 of the Shadow Dragon event and showcases, and it's not, like, insanely hard. Like, it's definitely possible. If you bring a good team, which by that, I mean, you basically know what I'm referring to. There's, like, 5 really good teams in the game. Bonded Parent and Child, Pure Saiyans, I guess, like, Super Saiyans, Goku Family, like, those really good teams that is getting a buff damn near every celebration. You bring one of those teams in here, you're going to be fine. You're going to be chilling. You might not be able to get the no item run first try. You might get caught and get unlucky, but try a couple times, you'll get it. You'll be fine. Some of the missions for it, I guess just to go over this, I guess it's a GT Heroes category team, Battle of Fate category team, Power of Wishes category team. Or no, the third mission, you have to bring at least 3 Power of Wishes category characters. So GT Heroes, if you have Super Saiyan 4 Goku, this should be very easy. Battle of Fate is amazing. It's one of those really good categories I was talking about before. Power of Wishes is one of them as well. So definitely not really any difficult even with the missions, or not any difficulty even with the missions, excuse me. So most players should be able to do this. And then after that, we have this Easy A batch, or like a lot of little Easy A's. They're not necessarily amazing. I know they're not bad by any means, but they're kind of forgettable, if I'm being honest. We got the STR Kid Goku, the Int Cell, and then the Physical Frieza. I think that's the typings of them. And they are GT bosses buffs, so that's definitely a good thing. But as we said, GT bosses still is not good. I swear, they could give a whole celebration to this. We could get a new GT Bosses LR, Dokkan Fest Baby, Easy A for, you know, all these crazy GT Bosses units. Hell, they could Easy A Omega Shenron, the Carnival LR one, and it'd still be a horrible category. Like, I don't know. You could tell they just don't like this category. But I think we already knew that. It's an extreme class team, and Dokkan does not like extreme class. I guess it doesn't make them as much money, so they just don't want to buff it as often, which does kind of make sense. But yeah, definitely should be doing this. You get the free 31 stones to then save for the Heroes banner, or save for New Year's or something like that, and not summon on the Carnival LR Omega Shenron's banner, so definitely pretty good value with that. And then next up, we have the LR Babies Easy A. So, okay, the GT Bosses buffs haven't been amazing in this celebration, but this by far has to be the best one. This guy is very, very good. By the way, I'm going to be doing a team guide on both of these when they're closer to releasing, but, I mean, if you guys want to know the categories, I guess I could just show you full power for this one, and then GT Heroes for this one. GT Heroes is really good. You shouldn't struggle with this. And then full power. It's not amazing. It's kind of like those burst mode categories. It's not, like, great by any means, but it's definitely solidified itself as a category, so this shouldn't be that difficult for most players. But still, Baby is a very good unit. He's doing a ass load of damage, and his defense is pretty good as well. So, with LR Baby and then Carnival LR Omega Shenron on a team, that's not a horrible rotation on the GT Bosses category. So, definitely a lot of value with this guy. He's on a lot of other weak teams as well. I guess we can pull him up really quick and talk about this. I know he's on Corroded Body and Mind. I think he's on Inhuman Deeds. Yeah, he's on Inhuman Deeds. Target Goku, Giant Form. Oh my god. Artificial Life Forms. What else has he got? I mean, yeah, GT Bosses. Revenge. Grade 8 Power. Space Traveling Warriors. So many weak teams with this guy. So his Easy A is definitely very good. And we'll probably go over like his details and all that, you know, a little later when he's closer to releasing. But if you want to see it, I guess these are his details. You can just pause it and read it off. But anyway, after the LR Baby, we've got the LR Baby's banner. I mean, yeah, don't summon on this. I think you guys already knew that. But yeah, definitely don't summon on this. And then we just got some returning Dokkan events. So there are a couple other things we got to talk about. First off, we got the free-to-play Grade 8 Vegeta's Easy A. So this guy right here. These are all the units you can bring in the Easy A event. I mean, it's not that difficult. Most people should have a lot of these units. Obviously, most of them are free to play. This guy's pretty good after his Easy A. He gets guard when HP is 50% or more, and he does get defense on super. Those are really the only two things you got to know about this guy. So giving him a little bit of dodge, a little bit of additionals is definitely going to get you far, because then if you get the double super, that's 50% defense 2 times, and you have guard. In slot 2, this guy could be a godly free-to-play option. And then also he's got the Giant Ape, you know, transformation, or like Rage Mode, whatever you want to call it. I guess it's just the Giant form, actually. I don't know why I call it Rage Mode. Yeah, he's pretty good in here. He can do some solid damage, and that's pretty much all you can expect from a Giant character, or like a Rage Mode or something like that. So definitely very good free-to-play unit. You're going to want to make sure you grind this guy up. And then finally, we are going to have more stages to this event right here. I think we get the final 2 stages, because I think we have the first 2 stages. If not, okay, the next stage is going to be Dragon Ball Seekers. So basically, you can only bring Dragon Ball Seekers category team. The next one, Accelerated Battle. Final one, GT Bosses. It's the exact same format as the first stage, just different categories. All of these should be easy, except for GT Bosses. That I could see being kind of difficult, but it's still a lot of really good rewards, and you should be doing it, even if you can't get that far in this final stage. Just attempting it or whatever with your shitty GT Bosses team. Still, it could get you far because, again, free stuff, right? I mean, free stones. It's really all you're playing this event for in the first place. So, I guess that pretty much has been the video. Not a whole lot coming necessarily, but definitely a couple of good things. Like I said, we're getting 2 Easy A events. We're getting arguably the hardest fight in the game. A new burst mode. A new banner, which don't care about that. And then a really good free-to-play Easy A. So, still a lot of value with part 2 of this thank you celebration. And definitely, you should be doing all the content because, like I've said for, I think, the 5th time in this video now, a lot of good banners coming up. And this is a good opportunity to grind a lot of stones. So, I guess that pretty much has been the video. Let me know which piece of content you're looking forward to most for part 2 of the thank you celebration. And let me know which banner you're going to be saving for, whether it be Carnival LR Omega Shenron's, Dragon Ball Heroes, New Year's, potentially a Global and JP synced anniversary. I don't know what they're doing with that, but that definitely could be pretty good. So, anyway, sorry. That has been the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.